Good day children. Today we will begin a new chapter from Geography, Chapter 4, Air. Children, you have learnt that air is a component of natural environment, and in the previous chapter you have learnt about land. Now this chapter you are going to learn about air in detail. Now the topic is composition and structure of the atmosphere. Children, you are all familiar with the term atmosphere. What is atmosphere, children? Atmosphere is a huge blanket of air that surrounds the earth. What is atmosphere? It is a huge blanket of air that surrounds the earth. Now, what are the importance of atmosphere? Let us see. Sustains life. Atmosphere sustains life. It provides air for us to breathe. It provides us air to breathe. Then atmosphere prevents harmful rays of the sun. You have learnt about the ozone layer, which prevents us from harmful rays. Now makes temperature livable, and atmosphere also makes temperature livable. Okay, so what are the importance of atmosphere, children? Atmosphere sustains life, then it provides air to breathe, it prevents harmful rays, then it makes temperature livable. Okay, now we will see what is the composition of atmosphere. Okay children, now we are going to study the composition of atmosphere. You know that air that we breathe consists of different gases. It's a mixture of many gases. Let us see what are the gases. Nitrogen. It is a most plentiful gas in air. So nitrogen is 78%. This is 78% of nitrogen. Now the second most plentiful is oxygen, that is 21%. Okay children, then carbon dioxide is another important gas, that is 0.03%. Carbon dioxide 0.03%. Let me write that also. Okay, 0.03%. Then next, argon. Argon is 0.93%. Okay, then other gases. Okay, they all together 0.04%. 0.04%. Oxygen is 21%. Nitrogen is 78%. This is the composition of air. And we know that other than this, in the air there are small dust particles and water vapor also contains in the air. So did you get it? The composition of the atmosphere. What are the different gases that contains in air? Nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, then argon and other gases like hydrogen and helium. Okay, then next we will see to one by one. Okay, each gas. Nitrogen. What is the importance of nitrogen? It is the most plentiful gas in the air. Then plants need for their survival. Plants need nitrogen for their survival. When we breathe in, we take some amount of nitrogen, but we exhale. Okay, we breathe out. But plants need nitrogen for their survival, but they cannot take nitrogen directly from the air. So how do they? So the bacteria and some plants roots, bacteria present in the soil, they can take some roots, plants roots, they can take in nitrogen directly from the air, and they take nitrogen and they change its form, so that plants can use nitrogen for growing. Okay, now this is about nitrogen. Then what is the next? Very important. Oxygen is the second most plentiful gas in the air, and it is very important for us for our survival. We know that humans and animals breathe in oxygen. When we breathe in, we take oxygen, right? This is the oxygen cycle. We know animals and plants also breathe in oxygen. Okay, humans and animals, we breathe in oxygen, and the plants, they give out oxygen, they releases oxygen when they prepare their food. That process is called photosynthesis. They use carbon dioxide that time and they release oxygen. So the oxygen released by the plants are breathed in by humans and animals. So the content of oxygen in the air remains same. Okay, it remains constant. Second most plentiful gas is oxygen. Then oxygen contents remains constant in the air. But the balance of oxygen in the air, that gets disturbed when we cut trees. Okay, so we have to plant more trees. In such a way we can maintain the balance of oxygen in the air. We should not cut more trees that affect the balance of oxygen. Then next, what is the next gas? That is the carbon dioxide. Okay children, carbon dioxide is needed for the plants in photosynthesis. They use carbon dioxide for making food, as we already said. So when they use this carbon dioxide, they releases, we know that they releases oxygen. When the human and animals, when they inhale oxygen, they exhale carbon dioxide. So here also the balance is maintained in the nature. The content of carbon dioxide remains constant in the air. Here you can see plants use carbon dioxide in photosynthesis, and humans or animals, they release what? Carbon dioxide. So the amount of carbon dioxide are same. So there is a balance. Okay children, carbon dioxide remains constant in the atmosphere. Then what is next? Carbon dioxide, also known as greenhouse gas. It is very important. Okay children, carbon dioxide is called greenhouse gas. Greenhouse gas. Why it is called so? Children, it creates a greenhouse effect on earth. It creates a greenhouse effect on earth. What is greenhouse effect children? See, the sun's radiation reaches to the earth, right? The sun rays falls on the surface of the earth. Sun's radiation travels towards the earth, and there on the surface the earth absorbs some of the radiation, some heat the earth absorbs, and the rest, some heat or some of the radiation is reflected back. Some of the radiation is absorbed by earth and some it reflects back from the earth's surface to the space. Okay. Then again the earth also emits heat. The earth emits heat back to the space and directly through the atmosphere. Okay, and some of this energy passes through atmosphere, and that time some of the energy, the heat is retained by carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Greenhouse gas trap the energy or the heat. It trap the energy. It will not, the greenhouse gas, carbon dioxide, it will not allow the heat to escape from the surface of the earth. So it traps the heat and keeps the planet warm. Okay, in the night also. So carbon dioxide creates a greenhouse effect. Okay, it keeps the planet warm throughout. Understood children? So it is called greenhouse gas. Now what is next? So we have studied that carbon dioxide, content of carbon dioxide remains constant in the atmosphere, but sometimes the balance gets disturbed. How the balance of carbon dioxide gets disturbed children? By burning fuels. You can see by burning fuels, oils and plastics. It releases large amount of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, and by cutting trees, deforestation, by cutting trees, this also creates increase in carbon dioxide. Okay, and that leads to, so when the amount of carbon dioxide increases in the atmosphere, what happens? That leads to rise in temperature, because the carbon dioxide traps more heat. Okay, so the heat increases, the temperature on the surface of the earth increases. That creates what? Global warming. Okay, as a result of global warming, snow in the coldest part of the world, starts melts. Okay, so this is due to global warming. Global warming is due to increase in temperature. That is because of the increase of amount of carbon dioxide. Am I right, children? Is that clear? Okay. Then snow in the coldest part starts melting. Then what will happen next? So that causes rise in the sea level. Again causes floods in the sea coast. Then there will be drastic changes in the climate. Then you can see drastic changes in the climate. Okay, children? Then that leads to extinction of plants and some plants and animals. Extinction of some plants and animals. This is the impact of global warming. Okay, children? So how can we prevent global warming, children? We have to plant more trees. We should not cut down trees. Then we should not use more plastics, avoid using plastics, burning plastics and burning more fuels. Okay, and you can think of some other methods also. Okay, children? Now the next topic is structure of the atmosphere. Now we are going to study the structure of the atmosphere. Children, here you can see the structure. Troposphere. The atmosphere has 5 major layers. Okay, it is divided into 5 major layers. What are the 5 major layers? From the earth's surface, the closest layer, this is the troposphere. Okay, troposphere, then stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. These are the 5 major layers of atmosphere. Now we are going to study one by one. Okay, what is troposphere? Now troposphere, here you can see troposphere. The average height of troposphere is 0 to 13 kilometers. Okay, troposphere height, it extends up to a height of 0 to 13 kilometers. Then here in this layer, the air we breathe exists. Okay, in this layer we have air that we breathe. Okay, now all the weather phenomenon occurs in this layer. All the weather phenomenon occurs in this layer. This layer is called troposphere. This is the first layer. Okay, now all the weather phenomenon like rainfall, fog, etc. occurs in this layer. Then the next layer is the stratosphere. The second layer is the stratosphere. It is just above the troposphere. Okay, children? Then it extends up to 50 kilometers. Stratosphere extends up to 50 kilometers. Then this layer is free from clouds and weather phenomena. This stratosphere, the second layer, this is the first layer and this is the second layer. This layer is free from clouds and weather phenomenon. So this is ideal for flying aeroplanes. You can see aeroplanes over here, right? This is ideal for, this layer is ideal for flying aeroplanes. Then it contains ozone layer. This layer contains ozone layer, very important. Okay, children, ozone layer, you can see ozone layer. Okay, I will show you ozone layer. This is the ozone layer, surrounds the earth, and this layer protects us from harmful rays of the sun, UV rays of the sun. This is the ozone layer. So ozone layer contains in which layer? Stratosphere, right? Ozone layer contains in stratosphere. Am I right, children? Is that clear? Now we will move on to the next layer. What is the next layer? Mesosphere. Mesosphere is the third layer. You can see in the diagram, this is mesosphere. Okay, it extends up to 80 kilometers and meteorites burn up in this layer. In this mesosphere, the meteorites, you can see the meteorites while entering from the space, they burn up in this layer. Then the next layer is thermosphere. Thermosphere, you can see it is just above mesosphere. Thermosphere is above mesosphere. Okay, and it extends up to 80 to 400 kilometers, and temperature rises here in this layer. With increasing height, the temperature rises. When the height increases, the temperature rises rapidly. Okay, then ionosphere is found in this layer, thermosphere. Ionosphere, ions. Ions means what? Ions are electrically charged particles. Okay, and electrically charged particles, ions are found in this layer. Okay, then it helps in, this layer helps in radio transmission. This layer helps in radio transmission. Okay, you can see the picture. Next, what is the last layer? That is the exosphere. Okay, children, exosphere, and you can see the exosphere is the uppermost layer. It is the uppermost layer and it has a thin air. Okay, it has thin layer of air like helium, very light gases like helium, hydrogen are present in this layer and they float into the space. This is the, it is more near to the space, right? Exosphere is the last layer. Okay, and hydrogen and helium, very light gases are present in this layer. Okay, children. So, did you all understand what are the different layers of atmosphere? We have learnt about different layers of the atmosphere. There are 5 major layers. Which are the 5 major layers? From the Earth's surface, it is divided into 5. So, troposphere, then stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere and exosphere. These are the 5 major layers of atmosphere. Okay, children. With this, today's class is over. Now we will begin another topic in the next class. Okay, children. Hope all of you understood this. Now you can refer page number 20, 21, 22 and 23. Okay, read all these pages and make it thorough with the topic. Okay. Thank you, children.